Hey there, we are live right now. It is the King's Mortgage Country Cares Radiothon for St. Jude. We have a St. Jude patient with us right now, Audra Koelewyn. Audra, how are you?
Good, Rose. Nice seeing you again. I've
It's
missed
great to
you.
see you again. Oh my goodness, it's been a while.
It has. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has. It's been a lot more than a hot minute, that's for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
A lot of life going on these days. So tell us what you've been
Jeez.
up to.
Well, I'm on my third year of college. I'm at Cal State Bakersfield right now doing online schooling. And I've got a couple jobs that I'm doing. I'm helping out just around the community with some elderly folks and nannying for some families and just going with life.
That's great. You had this big challenge in your life early on when you were a lot younger. Not that you're that much older now, but but you were a little girl when you got this cancer diagnosis.
Yeah, I was only 3 years old when my parents got the news that I had a brain tumor. Pilocytic astrocytoma brain tumor is exactly what it's called. And how it was found was one random morning. I woke up and my entire left side had a they almost thought it was cerebral palsy. It was like a big droop, and I had my arm crouched up, and I was dragging my leg, and oops, sorry, the camera.
Okay.
And Yeah, it was scary, and so they rushed me to Children's Hospital in Fresno or Madera, and then I had 18 months of chemotherapy treatment there, and then that held off the growth of the tumor for, I want to say, 5 years, and then I got my yearly MRI scan, and it had showed that my brain tumor had actually grown double the size of the original size.
Oh, gee.
And yeah, yeah, and I was actually somewhat old enough to understand what was going on. I feel like if you're going to get cancer, being a child might be the better option because you're kind of still not dumb to it, but you're not as aware, I guess. And so my parents started researching more hospitals, and everything just kept pointing to St. Jude's. We even went to Johns Hopkins, and they said that they can try everything they have, but they cannot do for me what St. Jude's can do for me. And or they said that to my parents. And so they kept on researching. My parents kept on researching, and then one afternoon, my dad got a call from Dr. Merchant, the radiologist that was my main doctor back there, and he was calling on his personal cell phone on his lunch break, and he said that it still shocks me to this day what he said. And so he said that he has plane tickets for me and my family to fly back to St. Jude's in it was within weeks. I want to say it was within weeks or maybe a month, and we were back there, all five of us.
Wow.
It was crazy. It
And
was cool.
see, the beautiful thing about St. Jude, as we've talked about many, many times on the air throughout this entire radiothon, is that no family ever receives a bill from St. Jude. So your family received these plane tickets to and housing and food to go there so that you could be treated, and all they had to concentrate on was you getting better.
Yes, they provide one ticket. They provide a ticket for the patient and then a ticket for a family member. But what I recall from it is that the first time I think that we flew back, they paid for the whole family. But
Wow,
yes, what you said is true. Yes.
so amazing.
Yeah,
This is
they're
why
savers.
it's why it's important. Let's tell everybody why it's important to become a partner in hope right now.
It's important to become a partner in hope because if it weren't for St. Jude's, I wouldn't be able to be here right now. And they function purely off of people like, I heard Teresa's name. They
Yes,
function fully off of people like Teresa, or I think Stephen,
Daniel.
her name. They function fully off of donations. And like 5 years ago, they were paying something like $2.5 million just for electricity. That doesn't even count the meals that they give people, the plane tickets, the housing, this and that,
and the treatments as well.
Yeah, and
The
paying
treatments
doctors.
are very, very expensive, and the medicine that goes with those treatments as well.
Yes, ma'am. And they're just, they don't give up. They don't quit.
And that's why we're not going to.
No, they never will.
And you know what? We're so glad that you that the outcome for you has been great, and you're one of the patients that made it through. And there are many others who have been studied and have continued to be a part of a study. Of course, CASH's didn't end the way everybody had hoped for, but the legacy continues for CASH because the study that they did on CASH is continuing to be used and modified so that it's improved for patients who had his type of brain cancer, which is really an amazing thing. And so we're so glad for you and that you had a good outcome. Now you're part of this life study too, aren't you?
I am, but because of COVID and everything, I haven't been able to officially go back for my first life study appointment. And so it's been rescheduled for probably 3 years. But I'm hoping that soon I'll be able to actually go back again because I miss the place.
Yeah, I'm sure. It really is such a great place. And I mean, I can understand why patients want to go back and not just go back because they want to be treated again, but go back just to visit and, you know, because there's probably a lot of good memories that were had there. You know, in addition to the tough times, there were some good memories that you have of St. Jude. There's so many great things that happen there, and they're so thoughtful in the way that they care for their patients. What are the things, or maybe one or two things that maybe stood out to you while you stayed there as a patient?
Well, I know it's probably been said already, but there is all of the artwork, I kid you not, all of the artwork is done by patients. All of it. There's artwork done by patients, and honestly, St. Jude's puts Southern hospitality to shame. They are so sweet. Not to shame, puts it to the test. They are the definition of Southern hospitality. They're so kind. Every time we go back, there's nurses that have retired and stuff, but there's the same nurses that are still there, and they know me by name. They know my parents by name. They'll say, Kathy, Audra, where's Kevin? And so we'll get into just long conversations, and we'll start laughing about how my dad and this one nurse down in radiology, I can't remember her name for the life of me, so if you're watching this, I apologize. But her and my dad would go at it and joke with one another, and it was so hilarious. And she'd make fun of my dad's bald head, and he would poke at her, and it's kind of like a family. It
really is
like a family.
And that's what we call it here too. When you become a partner in hope, you become a part of the St. Jude family. And so that's why we encourage everyone to call the 800 number, the 800-726-4673. That's the number to call to become a partner in hope, and do it for Audra. Call now, she says. Call now, because Chad, you know, he's got a cowbell and he likes ringing that thing.
Hey, down in the valley, cows are everywhere. Why not ring a cowbell?
That's right. Why not? Audra, it is such a blessing to see you and to know that you're thriving and doing well. What is going on? You told me, I think, on the phone that your cancer was in remission.
Yes. So about, I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago. No, I was 17 so 2017, my doctor, Dr. Merchant, he said that I can officially call myself cured because radiation is the curative measure for my kind of cancer. And I got the amount that was the correct amount. And so I can call myself cured because there had been no movement or anything in the tumor.
That's great. Such good news.
Yes,
we
ma'am.
Continue to pray that it stays that way.
Yes, ma'am.
And
get my yearly checkups and.
Atta girl. Well, you'll stay in touch with us, right?
Yes, ma'am. Always. I'll be
I'm
bugging you.
stalking Reba, honey, to try and get us a seat at one of her shows so we can go say hi
Yes,
at some
ma'am.
point. Because I know you're a
Reba.
big fan of Reba's.
Mm-hmm.
All right, honey.
Replay Reba the TV show on repeat.
Oh, I love it. It's great. And she's a big supporter of the kids at St. Jude, too, so we love her for that.
Awesome.
All right, Audra Koelewyn of Hanford. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we're so grateful for everything that St. Jude has done for you and your family. And of course, we continue to tell everybody else. You tell them right now. Tell them to call right now.
Call right now and become a partner in hope and get your free St. Jude's t-shirt.
That's right. Love music, stop cancer.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're about that. 1-800-726-4673. Audra, have a wonderful day, and thanks for taking the time.
You too. Bye, Rose. Love you.
Bye-bye. Love you too, honey. Bye-bye.